one to leave off, I just put up a video, and I can't get it all on the short video. I've tried. It's about mind control murders, which include what happened on the 7th of January, this past Wednesday. That's my birthday. And I want to try to connect some of the others. And the fact that evidently the press doesn't consider a monarch being kidnapped and their overthrow of my country and takedown of my father and the lies that ensued, and the torture done to me and my sons born in this country, Mark and Scott, were heirs to the crown, legal heirs. I don't know where my sons are. Nobody will touch it. But illegal treaties were signed after my kidnapping. There was a 99-year seal put on it to cover up the crimes. Now, Elizabeth's father, I have to show this or to show some background on it. This is Elizabeth's father, George VI, my uncle, my father's brother, who helped kidnap me. This is Roosevelt, who appointed Joe Kennedy ambassador to England during that time. They kicked him out in '46. Now, JFK Jr., John Kennedy Jr., and his older brother, Joe, actually stayed at the embassy during that time, and they flew all over, in and out. Now, there's the Cortland Air Base near Moulton, Alabama, where they took me. Whether that's how I got across the pond, I don't know. But my uncle helped in the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, which I find out that the Duke of Kent and a Rothschild, Victor Rothschild, are the two top leaders of the Freemason in England. Can you imagine if I were able to go home? These are the people that helped kidnap me and overthrow the British government, will attempt to, and kidnap. I'm a hostage, so is Great Britain. And these people are in power over there. It's the New World Order, the Illuminati, with the Americans, by the way, who are gung-ho in it. The Clintons go way back. Carter may not have been a part of it, I hope. And George Wallace wasn't. That's why they shot him. And the guy that shot him was programmed to shoot him. Now then, I've used up a lot of this, and I wanted to get back to the mind control murders I wrote about. Larry Flint was one. Person was programmed to shoot him. In Lawrenceville, Georgia, I was living in Marietta, and the connection there is Larry McDonald, the Dr. Congressman, was part of the cases I wrote about in the book. I had antifreeze put in me, April Fool Day of '80, and it should have killed me. I was brought here and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm not going to show the birth certificates, the actual, all of it anyway. I was put in this family. This is a glossed over picture. This is me here in the middle. That's Lana that killed her twins, and this is the person I was told was the female twin that was dead, Peggy. And this woman was a psychopath, and yes, she's been diagnosed as one. The whole family covered it up, and they didn't have cars. They didn't show the pigsty that I grew up in, but it's how these people treated me. The assaults, everything. This is pictures growing up I just got. Now, I want to get back to this because this woman has lived in my homes. She signed illegal treaties. She has vacation. This is her whole brood that are living off of British money and my money. She's a traitor, and she should be. Why is this okay? Why has the press, the American press, covered it up? Ask yourself that. What else have they covered up? They're supposed to tell the truth, not delete and manipulate. And believe me, they all know it. They do. The networks and all of them here in Roanoke, Virginia, all of it. So I'm going to get back to, I think I gave enough background there. This is my sons, Mark and Scott, heir to the crown after me. I have no idea where they are. This is one of the mind control murders. It's Gabby Gifford was shot, congresswoman. She's married to twin Mark Kelly and his twin Scott Kelly. They're both astronauts. So it leads you back to here, that the British and the Germans paid for your space program, and me with hostage money. Now, my father, Edward VIII, was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to Georgia O'Keefe, the artist, Madison, Wisconsin. This is my mom, the genealogy, O'Keefe. So you got JFK, the good Irish, right, that it doesn't matter what they did. It's a joke they kidnapped me and have tortured me all my life and taken my country. That's a joke. It's the sickest joke I've ever heard of. And the American people, most of them, that's exactly what they've felt over the years and what they've done to me. This is my uncle that helped kidnap me, and Roosevelt. The Kennedys are from Boston, and I'm getting to that. The Boston bombings and mind control. This is Wallace Simpson, who married a double, a look-alike, and they're buried at Frogmore at Windsor Castle. Can you believe that? My mom and dad were still alive in '86. I'll say that also. This is just they're mind control murders, not just. It's German diplomat son Jens Zorings. He's in Buckingham Virginia State Prison, Dillwyn, Virginia. And this is Elizabeth Haysom, and her mother's Nancy. And Derek's her father, and they were University of Virginia students, and they're in prison for the butcher knife murder of her parents. Bedford, they all knew about this. This is next door to me. They knew. So did Keith Humphrey, the media here, and they will not touch any of this. And according to all of them, freedom of speech and press, where have they been when I've handed it to them crawling? Now I wanted to get, and that's true, I wanted to get to this Shelby, Sparkman, Centers, etc., from Alabama. Have always known about my kidnapping. Oliver, I'm going to lose his name right now. I even tape stuff. Oliver, I can't think of his name. He was, his uncle was a congresswoman. Well, anyway, I wanted to get to one of the mind control murders. They were done in patterns, and it's the agency that is doing it. And since it's hard to prove, mind control is invisible, these over a long period of time were done in patterns, and they can be proven. So are they ever? I've told it. I've been telling this for so long, but actually putting it on YouTube since August the 3rd of 13, when Alexis Murphy was kidnapped, and they say murdered. But she fits into the long list of Morgan Harrington and the English young lady, Hannah Graham, and Jesse Leroy Matthew, who incidentally went on trial, was charged, I think, on trial in Fairfax, Virginia, which is very... Anyway, he's on trial. He was programmed to do it. But disregard programming, and these people are victims also. But then I get back to no one's ever paid for a crime committed against me and my children or my country or my parents. My parents love me. Now then, I guess I hopefully can get this on. This is also connected to the shootings. It's the Satire magazine outside Paris and the subsequent shootings, the hostage at the market and out at the print shop. They were programmed. I don't care what the media comes in and tries to tell you. If you ever hear it, it proves itself. Amy Bishop Anderson was a professor at the University of Alabama, Huntsville. And this is where I worked for the district attorney, Fred Simpson, and this is in 80, and this is in Miller, her attorney. I worked with him I spoke with him, and he reminded me he had worked with me, and it was kind of my understanding he was going to try to use my testimony or